Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I'm going to be talking about this fantasy book from 1986, and this is Michael Scott Rohan's Anvil of Ice. This was given to me by my friend Colin for my birthday, if I recall, last year, and I'm just now getting to it, so I didn't wait too long. Usually it takes me a few years. And what a amazing book. There's just something about 1980s fantasy that just really hits me, I feel like. And I'm so happy I read this book because I'm a huge fan of Tad Williams' Memory Sour Thorn and also of Gene Wolfe. And I feel like this author taps into both of those authors so well, especially Tad Williams, because the story is about a teenager who wants to become a weaponsmith because his village has been raided and everyone that he knows has been killed, but he's not really beholden to them. The bullies of him, and they don't treat him well. And when they all get killed, he doesn't feel anything, and he's just kind of like, okay, whatever, I guess I'll die today, and just kind of gives up. But then the armor smith, or one of the wizards who is helping the invading force, he's like, hey, you have a lot of potential as a really good armor smith or weaponsmith. Do you want to come with me? And so he agrees, and he gets put into this wizard's tower, basically, and is taught how to make magical weapons and just, normal weapons and armor and all that. And it ends up that this wizard guy is actually the villain that we find out about a quarter of the way into the book. And the rest of the book is him going off with all this magical armor and weapons that our main character created, and he took off with these items. And so our main character is trying to get them back and also try to learn more about smithing from other people, because he is taken out of the tower, of course, after the big betrayal by the wizard, and he has to travel across many different cities and lands and regions to try and learn as much as he can about smithing. And I absolutely loved this character, the main character, because this is not a character archetype that we get often, the blacksmith. A lot of side characters are usually blacksmiths, but never the main character, which I really enjoyed, honestly. I really loved having a POV be a blacksmith. And it was really cool, kind of the items that he was making, because this is a very soft magic system, which means there's really no... It's not like an RPG where everything is explained, how is everything done, what materials do you need to cast spells, and all the stuff. It's a very soft magic system, and the way that the author describes these armors and weapons becoming enchanted, it was just really wonderful. The language that he used, it was kind of like Robin Hobb in that sense, which I just finished Realm of the Elderlings, and it was so fun to kind of get that Robin Hobb-esque magic again, and that description. It wasn't as flowery and just amazing as Robin Hobb's prose, but it got close at certain points, I feel like. But this was just such a fun book, too. Like, the journey that our character goes on was so fun to read. I don't think there was any parts of this book that I was bored by. I was struck throughout the entire book just how fun everything was going on. And all of the supporting characters are really fun as well. The villain is fun. It was fun that the villain was actually hidden for a little bit. And then it ends up that, this mentor character that was so used to in fantasy, it ends up that was the villain. I thought that was really interesting. The world of this book is done basically like an ice age, but it's not really. And so everywhere that we go in this book, in the series, it's mostly snow heavy. Sometimes the snow gets a little light and you get some sun, but is still very frigid everywhere you go in this continent. And so it was really fun to explore the world of this series. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where the series go. But I will say that I was very disappointed by the ending of this book. And I guess this will be the time that I go into spoilers, because there's one particular moment at the end I want to talk about, and that's going to be with the death of the villain. Because our main character finally tracks him down, and they have the big showdown, and they have all these speeches ready to go when they meet and talk about how they've been wronged and how they're going to fix things and make it better for themselves. And then he is killed immediately. And I was very disappointed by that, because I thought this villain was going to be around for a long time. And it ends up that I guess the main villain is going to be the sentient block of ice that is moving across the world. So I was very disappointed that the main character killed the villain at the end of the book. And this was all done within, like, I want to say 10 pages or so. And this is a short book. I finished it in 3 days. I was very happy with it. I don't think there was any parts where I was bored. Again, it was just such a fun journey. That's my favorite trope. And fantasy is the Odyssey, is going and leaving home, the comfy home that you're used to, and setting out on an adventure and meeting new people, meeting new races of people as well. Because at one point of this book, we get to meet basically like elf dwarves. It's kind of like dwarves that are also elves. They've been kind of mixed together in this world. And they live deep in the ground, and they kind of talk like ants. And they were a lot of fun. I was really happy to see them. This is why I also brought in Ted Williams, because in terms of structure, it's very similar to, I would say, the first 2 books of Memory Sour Thorn, Dragonbone Chair and The Stone of Farewell, I think is what it's called. And it was just really cool seeing sort of 2 similar storylines done very well in 2 different ways. So that was really, really fun. But I can't think of anything else to really talk about, but I just really enjoyed this. I recommend it to anyone who wants to read just fun, classic fantasy. I'd give this book like an 8.5 out of 10. Like, it was fun. I enjoyed it. The ending was a little disappointing, but overall, I was just really happy. Overall, just reading it. Like, it was just a fun book. It brought me back to, like, the comfort of reading old fantasy again. Like, it was just fun. So that's all for today. Excuse me. Thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.